I'm serious. This is the truth. You want to know something? Real estate, the profession of real estate agent, it isn't going anywhere. As much as they would like you to believe that ZT is going to come in, create a monopoly, and wreck the world, and that you now need to take steps to protect yourself, it ain't going to happen. And I'm not a messiah, and I'm not a God that's saying this, and you can disagree with me all you want. The Guru Party, they like to think that their word is the word of God, that it's gospel, and that you need to cling to it. But I'm just looking at the facts. I'm looking at the data. I'm looking at Warren Buffett. What is he doing? Here we have the most successful investor in the history of our time, hands down. Here's a guy who his personal investing philosophy is, I only invest in companies who have a durable, competitive advantage. Is real estate anything like the taxi industry? No. Does it take 6 months from start to finish to get in a taxi and go where you're going? No. Is an iPhone and taking a picture replacing Kodak, is that anything like the real estate industry? Does it require you to have a relationship to take a picture? No. And so the Guru Party, they like to paint all of these false comparisons. But Warren Buffett knows the truth. Real estate agents, because it is a relationship sport, not a technological sport, there's durable competitive advantage. He's quoted as saying, our favorite holding time is forever. And so I have a couple of articles here. So in 2002, this was a letter to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders. Buffett noted a few years ago, and somewhat by accident, he wasn't even intending really to get into real estate. He got into it by accident. Found himself in the residential real estate brokerage business. It is no accident, however, that we have dramatically expanded the operation. Moreover, we are likely to keep on expanding in the future. We call this business Home Services of America, which is now the second largest residential brokerage business in the country. Article goes on to say, and expand he did. Berkshire Hathaway aggressively acquired other real estate brokerage businesses. Buffett went on to add, talking about the company's CEO, Ron Peltier, has increased home services revenues and profits dramatically. Though this business will always be cyclical, it's one we like and which we continue to have an appetite for sensible acquisitions. And so he's acknowledging that, yes, real estate is cyclical. There's always going to be these boom and bust cycles. But it's here to stay. It ain't going anywhere. And so that was in 2002, following it up. Okay, so this is this year. Berkshire Hathaway, this is from the Silicon Valley Business Journal. Berkshire Hathaway has been beefing up its position in residential brokerage. According to Bloomberg, Berkshire's Home Services has bought 8 brokerages in the past 2 years. Okay, but here is what is telling. Warren Buffett has never used the name of his holding company on one of his brands. All of a sudden he has. Why didn't they just keep Home Services of America? Why rename it Berkshire Hathaway Home Services? Warren Buffett is Berkshire Hathaway. So why put his name on something if he thought it was going to disappear? That the profession of real estate agent was going to die? If that was what he wanted to be his legacy, and if the profession of real estate was going to die, why would he do it? The reality is, he knows it's not going to die. And so here was what he was quoted as saying. We want to be in the businesses that are going to be very enduring. And real estate brokerage operations, they will be here 100 years from now. And so if you know anything about Buffett, if you've studied Buffett, then you know this is a guy who doesn't mince his words. He doesn't read from a teleprompter. He's driven by convictions and beliefs. When it comes to investing, he has a message. People trust him. He's like this old grandpa that you want to go up and give a hug to. He can't be bought. He's not influenced by flashy things or hype. He lives in the same house that he bought, I don't know, I want to say 1931, but that makes him sound really old, but that would be right. He drives a Lincoln Town Car for the longest time. The license plate said thrifty. Okay, so you know he's no charlatan. He's not trying to sell anybody on anything here. And so you have to ask yourself, who am I going to trust? The fearmonger? The contributor who wrote the article for entrepreneur.com, who's talking about disruptive technologies and how there's going to be a disruptive technology that comes into the real estate industry and destroys the real estate profession? The Guru Party, how they pick up on these headlines, take them out of context, twist them, warp them? Or are you going to trust Warren Buffett, the guy who is sinking billions and billions and billions of his own money and putting his own name on his real estate brokerages? One has a vested interest. The other is trying to sell you something. Who are you going to believe?